Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we're playing Surgeon Squad. Now we're doing a, was it colonoscopy or something? We're just gonna start. I got this game from Jace's channel. I think he uploaded his first one yesterday, and it looked quite good. So I thought, well, I might as well do it.
Hello, and welcome
Hello.
to Surgery Squad's virtual colonoscopy. I'm Dr. Jeff,
Hi,
and
Jeff.
I will be guiding you through this
Hi.
colon today.
Hi.
Also known as the large intestine, the colon is responsible for the final stages of the digestion. It absorbs remaining water and electrolytes from indigestible food, accepts and stores food remains that weren't digested in the small intestine, and eliminates solid waste from the body. A colonoscopy allows your doctor to view inside your entire colon using a device called an endoscope. As the scope moves into your colon, your doctor views the output on a monitor to check for growths or polyps. There are several parts to the colon: the cecum ascending, the transverse, the descending, and the sigmoid. A colonoscopy can check each one of these areas. The one thing about having a colonoscopy is that a doctor can find polyps and remove them immediately. This is the most effective way to prevent the development of colorectal cancer. However, you'll need to cleanse your colon 24 hours before the test by taking laxatives or performing a fleet enema. Also, use of the endoscope might accidentally tear the colon walls and cause bleeding. Plus, you'll need to be sedated during the exam, which should take about 30 minutes or longer if any polyps are found. We have a 53-year-old female waiting for her colonoscopy. Let's get scrubbed and take care of this.
I'm gonna call Suzanne.
Our patient is lying on her left
Suzanne.
side, knees drawn up to her stomach. She's wearing a gown, and we have a sheet draped over her. Let's set her up with an IV drip of the sedative.
Click the vein, right? The vein. Wipe. She's got a fake tan on. Ooh, I hate needles. Ooh.
Great. Now we'll wait a few minutes for the sedative to take effect. Our patient is sedated and ready. She stated that she's cleansed her colon, and I've already used a lubricated, gloved finger to check for blockage. Be sure to tell the patient that she should breathe slowly through her mouth to relax her stomach muscles if she feels cramping. We'll insert the endoscope into the anus and slowly move it into the colon. The endoscope contains a small camera and light, and a pair of forceps so we can remove any polyps we find. First, let's lubricate the scope for easy insertion and passage through the colon.
All of it. Well, all of it's going to be going in, I guess, so suppose we best, don't we? Done.
Carefully insert the scope into the patient's anus and slowly move it into the colon. We can watch the camera's output on the monitor. We're into the rectum now. Nothing so far. Let's move on into the sigmoid colon. Slow and steady. You're doing a great job. Descending colon's next. Now's a good time to remind our patient to breathe slowly through her mouth as we do the exam.
Breathe slowly, I guess.
All right, let's move into the transverse colon. Uh-oh, looks like we've got a small polyp in the transverse colon. We'll use the forceps to remove it.
Ooh.
Fine work. We'll need to remove the scope so we can bring the polyp out. First, let's use some heat to cauterize the spot and try to stop that bleeding.
Right,
Fantastic. Let's slowly withdraw our scope and get that polyp out. Let's go back in to check the rest of her colon.
Oh, that must be annoying, that.
Remember the name of the colon where we found the polyp? That's right, the transverse colon.
Why am I playing these games? Why? Oh, that noise! It's through me.
Back in the transverse colon now. Everything's looking fine, and you're doing a great job. Now's also a good time to remind our patient to breathe through her mouth slowly. Moving now into the ascending colon. And there's another one. Let's take it out the same way we did the other.
Alright, drag, click. Drag, click.
Back in the ascending colon now, and we move into the cecum. And all looks good.
Yeah.
Let's take out the scope and get our patient into a recovery room.
That looks
Our
weird.
patient is now in recovery, and she'll probably be there 1 to 2 hours.
Yay.
She might feel bloated or need to pass gas. And since we removed 2 polyps, she'll probably have a small amount of blood in her stool. We'll also do a biopsy on the polyps. She should call her doctor immediately if she has heavy rectal bleeding, lower abdominal pain, develops a fever, feels dizzy, vomits, or experiences swelling in her abdomen. Well, good news. The biopsy showed our patient's polyps were benign. Since she's in her 50s and there were polyps found, she should have a colonoscopy every year. You did a great job today.
Ooh,
While you're here, try your
year.
hand at one of our other surgeries here at surgerysquad.com.
Right, we're gonna do this. Laser tattoo removal. Right. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Right. That was Mank.
Welcome to Surgery Squad's laser tattoo removal. I'm Dr. Susie, and I'll be
Susie,
assisting you with this
hi.
procedure today. According to a recent poll, over 50% of those with tattoos want at least one removed. They cited being too young when they got it, a new career, or significant life changes, such as divorce or childbirth, as reasons why they no longer want them.
That's it.
Luckily, there's laser tattoo removal. Laser tattoo removal is a procedure that uses a powerful laser that reacts with the ink of a tattoo to break it down into tiny particles. The laser directly targets the tattoo pigment and leaves the surrounding skin virtually untouched. After the ink is broken down, it is removed by the body's immune system, creating a natural-looking fade that typically only time or sun exposure would produce. Although laser tattoo removal is considered highly effective after multiple treatments, those interested need to keep in mind that yellow, green, and fluorescent tattoo inks are much more difficult to fade. Our patient today is a male in his mid-20s that got a tattoo on his calf when he was a teenager. Now that he's older, he doesn't see the tattoo as being so attractive anymore. In fact, he's come to us to get it removed. So let's scrub in and see what we can do for him. Before we begin, we need to go back in time to the day he picked out his tattoo. Help him pick out a real winner. Use the arrows to scroll through the tattoos. Click Choose when you have made up your mind.
Right. That is a good one. Right, you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be. There you go, there's your tattoo, mate. Oh, perfect. Perfect. I don't think you should get that
Interesting
removed.
choice. The heart's a nice touch.
You should-
Let's make that
you
tattoo
should get that
disappear.
removed. No,
During
no.
our patient's initial
Go on, mate.
consultation,
Go on.
it was recommended that he take a non-aspirin pain medication prior to the procedure to reduce any discomfort he may experience. Other than that, there really isn't any other preparation needed. So let's get started. A lot of patients describe the pain from the laser as feeling like 100 rubber bands striking the skin at the same time. So to begin the procedure,
yeah.
we'll need to place a cold
That doesn't sound
compress on the
painful at all.
tattoo for a few seconds. This will help reduce the pain caused by the laser. Go ahead and place the cold compress on the tattoo.
Jeff's instant chill pack. Oh,
That will
Jeff
do.
from last game.
Now we need to use the laser to fade the tattoo. Different types of lasers react with certain colors of tattoo ink. One laser might work perfectly for reds and oranges, but not so great on greens or black. So we'll use a variety of lasers to get the desired result.
What's the colours of something?
To help relieve some of the pain associated with the procedure, we'll also use a machine that blows icy cold air on the area being treated. Let's start by targeting any red or orange ink areas.
There isn't any. It's pink. Right. Right, that'll have to do.
Next up is green, blue, or other darker colors.
Blue. Right, we've got some blues. That looked painful. That really does look painful.
Finally, we'll remove the black.
Don't get it removed. Don't do it.
Now that we've completed the first treatment, we'll need to place the cold compress on the...
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, love. You don't have to explain it to me.
You did great! Our patient is ready to
I
go.
know I did. I know I did.
Immediately after each treatment, the tattoo may feel sunburned, and it is extremely important to keep it covered until it heals. If our patient fails to do this, both his recovery and the results of the treatments may be negatively affected. Roll the bandage over the treated area.
Oh. Perfecto.
As stated earlier, our patient's tattoo will only begin to fade after multiple treatments. So we shouldn't expect the tattoo to go away during one session. While the tattoo may not be completely removed, it should be lighter and much less visible than before. And that's laser tattoo removal. Well done! Why not try your surgical skills in another surgery here on SurgerySquad.com?
Yeah, I will. Next time. So we're gonna end this video here, guys. So if you did enjoy this video, guys, just like, subscribe, comment any games you want me to play or any specific ones you want me to play, and I'll play them. Thanks for watching and see ya.